Yo, what up, man? If you guys hear a bit of frustration in my voices, because I went ahead and recorded this whole thing, it was like 21 minutes long, and then come to find out that for some reason the StreamYard audio isn't working with the media assets. Anyways, with that said, Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army, coming at you. I know it's been a minute since I came at you, but I had lost my voice. Actually, I'm barely recovering my voice. Last Sunday, um, Cal came out with an article. So this is actually Cal's X page. If you haven't already followed them for official updates, go ahead and do that. This is the article from September 21. A little bit late on it, like I said, over a week, because I didn't even have my voice. I couldn't even get to it. And of course, over that whole week, nothing but FUD, my people. FUD since the Shibarium Bridge exploit. Okay, so because of that, I can see why he came out with this article. Keep in mind, Shiba Inu has been going through a tough time. The vision's still active. I have not lost faith. And of course, just to bring it together in case you don't know what the heck is going on with Shiba Inu, basically, the leash token, the one of the former developers came in and started messing with the rebase. So a token that was only supposed to be at 107,000 tokens total forever actually started increasing. Right now it's at a crazy, it's over a million tokens, and it's not even supposed to be that. It's only supposed to be 107. After that, there was a bridge exploit. So this right here, so of course all the fudders, the former defense team, the primary fudders right now, in my opinion, are actually the subbed out for K9 Finance, which is actually a partner, ironically. And I got a video on that because I actually was kicked out of the whale chat for using emojis. Like, that's how sensitive they are, and even accused me of uh sharing screenshots and all kinds of dumbass shit. So you guys know I don't really rock with that type of falseness. All right. If I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you I don't like you. I don't need to go behind nobody's back. But with that said, this is focused on Cal and what Cal was saying on the 21st. Okay, and this is after the situation. All right. So, and of course, even before I finish that, I'm gonna tell you this. Okay. No matter what I read right now, and this is it's like a 10-minute read at least. All right. What I want you to take away, and this is from October 3rd. So, because there's another article that was actually put out there, and I will get to that now that I kind of have my voice back. But I didn't want to not read this one, even though it's over a week old, because I did want the Shib army, the Bone Army, Leash Army, Treat Army, the real treat, not fake treat, to understand what's going on. So, Shibarium at Shibasense, October 3rd. Simple takeaway: the exploit was contained, Bone was rescued, Shibarium is hardened, and bridges will return step by step with stronger safeguards. Of course, one of those stronger safeguards, of course, is the DRPC. Of course, I will once again cover that with you guys so you guys can see what that has actually, what the hardening process has done, and how the Shibarium ecosystem is actually now stronger than it was. So don't let all those people FUD you out of your bag, because that's all they do. They're haters, my people, talking about like it's a dumpster fire, I'm walking away, but they can't stop talking about it. Anyways, with that said, this right here is to make sure that I give Cal his big ups. You know what I mean? Because like I said, all these people, a lot of times they pretend to show fake sympathy for the situation, acting all concerned while secretly celebrating the chaos. The truth is, Shibarium ain't going anywhere. The haters might bark loud, and they'll be living in the darkness. Understand that, because Shibarium is going to live rent free in their heads forever. Now, behind all that noise, like I said, one of the OG builders, Cal, just dropped this last week. Raw emotional update on the Shibarium Bridge Security incident. This isn't your typical PR spin, though. I understand. It's straight from the heart. Even some of these sub DAO haters even showed a lot of fake sympathy. All right. So Cal did open up about the attack, the sleepless nights, the toll it's taken on the team, and what comes next for the ecosystem. And while these fake sympathizers clap at every stumble. The real builders are still standing, fighting for the vision of a decentralized, community-driven future where everyone wins. And that's one of the key things that he even starts with. So, all right, let's dive into it. This is Kaal Dhairya's Shibarium Bridge Security update, my people. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so Shibarium Bridge Security update. Okay, so it says Kaal Dhairya, September 21, 7-minute read. So September 20, 2025 UTC status containment holding investigation active. Personal forward. I just want to clarify first, I'm not the lead, quote unquote. I never was and never want to be. I'm just a builder who bet on Shib's ethos. In my language, it translates as Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world as one family, where everyone should win. Keeping that concept in mind, I saw the possibility to bring my talent to a platform where we could empower people to take ownership of their lives and live self-sustaining lives. But vision is cheap. And we see from our leaders, execution is hard. Executing with little treasury is even harder. And doing that while facing a lot of skepticism and hate, FUD, is insane. Still, our community has shipped more in the past 4 years than many chains managed in a lifetime. I've personally put in time, energy, health, family moments, and money into Shib because I believe it can be more than just speculation. This looks like a quote. I don't know where from. In moments like these, you realize you may have just been a pawn in the whole game and hope you haven't made mistakes along the way. End quote. Many people think our execution was very slow, but please believe me, if we had moved faster, we could have ended up in a deeper hole than we are now. For example, looking at the number of scams that came out of Shib Deployer 1, we maintained the sanctity of Shib Deployer 2 and used it only for official needs. Today, I cannot vouch for the safety of any keys we have, given the sophistication of this attack and the possible links between leash rebasing, arbitrage, and the bridge hack and possible future attacks. So, whoever is behind this, if their purpose was to break me and the team, they've achieved that goal along with the monetary benefits. Hearing this will make many individuals and former team members extremely happy and satisfied. So, congratulations on the win. But I'm done trying to keep it all together, especially when the so called leaders, quote unquote, who benefited from all this get to walk away or walk away in the name of, quote, earning from other places to fix things, unquote, while some of us are left holding everything with no support at all. Right before this attack happened, I was celebrating a small win with the team. The cross chain Shiba swap work and the new Shiba Swap UI launch. And I was about to propose my plan to quote unquote fix the problems in our ecosystem. This plan included solutions for fragmentation, a multi chain DEX upgrade, an improved rewards engine, liquidity incentives via gauges, a reputation attestation roles layer, modified council elections, IP tokenization with royalties tied to rewards and burns, integrated NFTs, gaming, metaverse, privacy with scaling with modular rollups, and growth and ambassador programs. However, now I don't think I have the capacity to execute and deliver any of this anymore, especially after this incident when we were already down and they decided to kick us over and over again. And I don't know when this will ever stop. This is a serious incident. We've contained the immediate damage. It could have been worse. And working with independent specialists and authorities, you'll only see what can safely share while we can I'm sorry, you'll only see what we can safely share while an adversary is active. When it no longer increases risk, we'll publish the full technical postmortem. My loyalty is to Shib, the ecosystem, and everyone who put their trust in me. That's true leadership. I appreciate that he said that. My heart goes out to you, Cal, but I see that you're not fully out. I see the fight in you still, and how your loyalty is to Shib, the ecosystem, and everyone who put their trust in you. I am one of those, and I see the hate. I saw the hate firsthand from supposed partnerships, bro. So keep going, bro. All right. So what happened? And if you haven't already, hit the sub, hit the like, belled it up, or hit the notification. You know what to do, my people. I go by Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army, and I will always tell you what I see from my POV. All right, cool. What happened? High level. On September 12th, 2025, at 1844 UTC, unauthorized validator signing power was used to push a malicious state/exit through the POS bridge, withdrawing multiple assets. The method combined short-lived stake amplification with malicious checkpoint/exit proofs to authorize withdrawals. Since then, on-chain activity linked to the attacker has sold portions of certain tokens, notably ETH, SHIB, and ROAR. We're now publishing the evolving wallet graph, while containment measures and law enforcement coordination are ongoing. What we've done so far to avoid helping the attacker, we're sharing actions only at high level. Containment. Restricted specific bridge operations to prevent new unauthorized exits. Contract side protections. Upgraded and gated paths that could be abused. Deposits, withdrawals, claims, rewards, and added targeted defense controls against misuse of delegated stake. Asset protection. Recovered and secured at-risk bone held at the stake manager level. The attacker's short-term bone stake remains effectively immobilized by our interventions and protocol mechanics. Key and custody hygiene. Rotated validator signers. Migrated contract control to multi-party hardware custody. Continued broad migrations away from legacy keys. 24/7 monitoring, live surveillance of attacker flows, automated alerts and escalations to partners and exchanges. External coordination, engaged independent security researchers, incident response firms, and relevant authorities will release the full technical narrative after doing so no longer increases risk. All right, so they're telling you they're going to release it after it does. All right, so independent open source intelligence investigations. Several independent OSINT researchers, SEAL team unaffiliated with the Shib team, have conducted significant analysis into potential persona clusters, infrastructure, and historical patterns that may overlap with this incident. We appreciate their work and thank them for continuing helping us, without whom we will be clueless on many fronts. To protect the investigative process and reduce legal safety risk for all, they will publish their own findings separately on their channels. We will not amplify unverified personal details in official updates. Roadmap preview without operational details. We're sharing phase gates and objectives, not playbooks or dates. Phase A, containment, ongoing. Maintain bridge restrictions and live monitoring. Keep contract level safeguards active and validated. Continue exchange and law enforcement coordination. Phase B, hardening in process. Collaboration with Hexens. Complete signer validation, hygiene, and custody improvements. Land policy level controls across bridging components. Example, rate limits, challenge windows, circuit breakers. Extend denialist controls where technically appropriate to inhibit malicious delegator/exit behavior. Phase C, safe restoration, gated. No re-enablement until 1, independent reviews sign off on mitigations. 2, post-incident integrity checks pass. And 3, drills on test environment succeed. Restoration will be phased. Scope caps with rollback levers in place. Phase D, postmortem and community process. Publish the full technical postmortem with root cause and permanent fixes once safe. Propose a community reviewed remediation path for affected users/liquidity. Token specific approaches may differ. Community FAQs. Current best answers. Note, the answers below reflect our current understanding and may evolve as the investigation and third-party reviews proceed. We're sharing additional detail uh, where sharing additional detail could raise risk. We've kept the response high level. All right, so basically they're letting you know this is to the best of their ability. They went ahead and launched another blog after this one. I already told you they recuperated some of the bone. So I'm reading this for historical purposes. I did want everyone to be as informed as possible from official sources. So I'm going to read this maybe later on, maybe tomorrow. I'll go ahead and read the next one, update you guys on bone because bone is extremely low. You guys should be copying bone, not financial advice, but not telling you what to do, just telling you what I would do if I was you, literally telling you what I'm doing. All right, cool. So validator, compromise, and accountability. Who controlled the signing keys for the compromised validators and who bears responsibility for their management? Answer. The validator signing keys were primarily stored in AWS KMS with rare usage on developer machines for administrative tasks. Ultimate responsibility for key management sits with the project's operational leadership, and we're reviewing controls, processes, and custody to ensure this cannot recur. Question: how did the attacker gain access to validator keys? Server breach, developer machine compromise, other question mark. Answer: we have not yet confirmed a single vector. We are moving to onboard an independent forensic firm. Based on preliminary analysis, potential vectors include 1. Developer machine compromise, 2. Cloud KMS compromise, 3. Exposure during migration from AWS to GCP, and or 4. A supply chain attack. Example, NPM, intersecting our environment. Question: why did 10 of 12 validators sign the malicious state? Does this reveal deeper issues with decentralization or the validator setup? Answer: evidence indicates key compromise across those validators. We agree that this exposes decentralization shortcomings. Increasing validator decentralization, strengthening key rotation policy, and tightening custody are central to our hardening plan. Question: are internal validate are what are quote internal validators end quote? How many were internal and were they all compromised? Answer: quote internal validators end quote refers to validators operated under our control. Example, within our infra perimeter slash VPN. The compromise set included internal validators. We're not publishing the full topology during the active phase. Question: how much self-delegation did these validators have? What were the bone earnings used for? Why weren't they labeled as internal on Shib.io? Answer: 10,000 bone self-delegation per validator. Rewards were never withdrawn or used. We acknowledge labeling could have been clearer. Disclosures and validator transparency will be improved going forward. Question: why were 10 internal validators used? Why not onboard more external validators sooner? Answer: decentralization has always been the plan, but it was deprioritized while we focused on other roadmap items. Historically, many validator applicants were unknown parties unwilling to KYC, and early outreach to professional validator operators did not progress. We chose internal validators behind a VPN for perceived safety. That judgment was wrong, and we are correcting it. Question: what hiring practices and due diligence apply to internal developers with sensitive access? Answer: we use a recognized HR platform for onboarding contractors. Government issued ID and other due diligence checks are performed and kept current. We will provide details to authorities upon request and are raising the bar on access controls and background verification. Network operations and timeline. Question: how will users bridge assets back to Ethereum while the bridge is paused? And when will it be safe to resume? Answer: TBD. Safety first. Bridging remains restricted during containment, hardening. We will announce the precise process only when it is safe and verified. Question: what is the official timeline for bridge resumption? validator rotation, and full audit. How will updates be delivered? Answer, TBD. We won't publish dates that could be gamed by an adversary. Updates will appear on official channels, website, verified socials. If we adopt a regular cadence, we'll announce it there. Fund recovery and user compensation. How will stolen funds, example, Shib, K9, etc., be replaced or compensated? Will there be a claims process with deadlines? A, TBD. Our focus is containment, hardening, and investigating recovery avenues. Any remediation path will be communicated after security is assured and numbers are final. Question: if funds can't be recovered despite bounties and investigations, what is the contingency plan? Treasury drawdown, burn, insurance fund, etc. Answer, TBD. We are evaluating options. Any proposal will be published for community review once viable and secure. Guidance for users: beware of scams. We will never DM you to send funds, sign messages, or verify wallets. Do not use unverified recovery claim portals. Any official process will be posted across all official channels at the same time. Expect restricted bridge features until we confirm it's safe to restore. Share credible tips at Shiba Inu team at pm.me. Communication cadence. We will continue to publish regular status updates that add confirmed facts without aiding the adversary. The next major communication will be the technical postmortem and a remediation proposal once the environment is safe for the full disclosure. Closing. Our priorities are unchanged. Protect users, secure the network, contain the attacker, and restore services safely. Thank you for your patience and for sticking to verified information while we finish this work the right way. Exactly. So, once again, like I told you guys, after that, simple takeaway: the exploit was contained, Bone was rescued, Shibarium is hardened, and bridges will continue step by step with stronger safeguards. I will read more about this and how some of that was basically made stronger. Like I said, do not fall for any of the fudders, the penguin emojis, for the German shepherds, for the fake tree. All right, understand what's going on over here. No subdial. All right, follow the official sources. All right, that's what I got to say. Other than that, right now, I'm not trusting any of these partnerships. Only Shib. All right. With that said, as I like to say, I'm Bone Army. You're Bone Army. We're Bone Army. You know what to do, and I appreciate you. I'm out. Peace.